So the AI defense space has seen a little bit of a dip today, possibly because of the government shutdown. But one of the companies we're watching here is Big Bear AI. And we're doing some traveling today, so it has been a busy day. And I don't know if this is going to be a super in-depth analysis. But if we take a look at Big Bear, it is holding this $7 price point. We're watching for this level to hold above this EMA yesterday. And we see it continue to validate that $7 support. Now, when we're looking at the reasoning behind this, you could pull up, for example, we were doing some AI analysis here on Mercatus. Mercatus is the software where we have created the ability for you to use any AI model that you want. You can search with that AI model, and it will use Mercatus mapping to include things like SEC data, like insider trading, or even in this case, government shutdown data. When we see a government shutdown in the defense market, especially for a company like Big Bear AI, that's going to be one of the only events that would actually have defense impact. In fact, you can see Big Bear, according to Grok, we're looking at a 8% or 5 to 6% increase over the next 3 months. But as you can see here, let's see, next day, next hour, we're looking at more of a correction potentially, but still holding above that $7 price point. And then over the next day, it is looking a little bit bearish as well, about another 2%, maybe holding above that $7 price point. But again, kind of longer term outlooks do seem to be bullish for the company. But part of the reason why we could see some continued bearish momentum here is not just because we saw it make a run recently to that $8.50 price point again, and we've seen it really continue to rally over the last year from $1 a share up to $8.72. But because now we've seen that it's had a nice bullish run from $4, and they haven't reported those earnings yet. So the earnings are definitely something we're looking at, because when we're looking at, for example, over here, this government shutdown, what we know is that in historic moments when we've had government shutdowns, the market has returned positive. But what are the industries or the markets that are the most impacted? The highest impacted markets are going to be defense. Defense, because contracts can be delayed. So there's not going to be any new contracts given out right now to Big Bear. If we go over to their tech, and you guys, we're going through LAX today, I think we're probably going to get our face scanned again as they are at major airports. But if we go through the news here, and if they're partnering with, let's say, U.S. Army or Department of Defense or the Pentagon, or what are some other contracts, TSA, I don't think they're really moving contracts forward around this time. So if the government shutdown is sustained further, one of the things we got to watch is they're at Nashville. Okay, they've been deployed at some of these airports. You could see Charlotte, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, JFK, Los Angeles, Montreal, Port of Seattle, Vancouver, all places where they recently got deployed with their Veriscan. Maybe, just maybe, that's enough to hold them into earnings, because I don't think they're going to most likely get any contracts here while the government shut down. So we're going to have a look there. I don't know. I believe the shutdown is still in effect. Yep, it is still in effect as things are shut down. So that is something. It's day 9 right now, and he says the military will be paid. Maybe that still means we're going to see defense contracts materialize, but most likely we're not going to see anything signed. Most likely. So that's how it looks with Big Bear. We see them at a $7 support. Conservative, if they did lose momentum due to this gov shutdown, maybe down to $6, $6.30, or even not because of the government shutdown, just because of investor sentiment, as we did see a few more corrections in the market today. Most defense companies down today. We did see Serve Robotics jump 22%, and I was just trying to get their food, that robot, to deliver my food last night. So it's funny to see that doing well. We do have some long-term positions there. And we do have some long-term positions on Big Bear AI, along with APLD. APLD has been doing quite well. In Big Bear AI, we don't have any short-term positions, but we do have a long-term holding around $2.80 average. So we're going to watch that level at $7, see if it holds. If it cannot, we're looking at $6.25 next support. If it does stay bullish, next resistance around $8 and $28.50 range up here, about a 10 to 15% margin. That's what we're watching there for Big Bear. If you would like to join us in our daily live trading, we have a little bit of traveling going on, but you could still join us there if we are present, which we usually are, about 29 out of 30 days. And it's the second link in the description down below to watch us trade live each and every morning. Appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.